If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
Brady didn't come back to finish 10-7 and lose in the wild card round. Brady's coming back for blood, and he's going to want to win.
You always have a chance when the GOAT's in the building. He has 7 Super Bowl rings. That's more than any franchise, single franchise.
I know.
Listen, real talk. I played in Buffalo, and I would play this dude every year, twice a year. I say, yo, when Brady leaves the Patriots, they will not be as good. Everybody talks about this Belichick, and I respect Belichick. And that's,
we all do.
He's a great coach.
We all do.
But let's come on, let's stop that. When he leave that team, they will not be the same. The guy is different. You feed off him, his energy, like the regular season, he was so serious. And then the playoffs, it was like the Terminator. He was even more serious. And then the championship week, he was even more serious. Like, even the coaches have to be on their A game because the man so much respect. And when he's there, it's like the championship habits pick up. The championship DNA picks up. And I think when you have a guy like that, you have a chance to win. And I love, Belichick, but they're not the same team without 12 over there.
He's already been able to do the impossible by playing at the level in which he is in the NFL as a quarterback, something we've never seen before. And that in and of itself with his resume, which is probably a three times over Hall of Famer, has been ridiculous.
Is that why you think everywhere he goes, he wins, is because of that extra leadership ability and like that cerebral ability that he has?
But as long as he's playing at this MVP type level, I mean, I'm not going to second guess him. We are in uncharted waters already with where he is. Takes great care of his body. The rules are different in the NFL. You don't get hit as much. I'm going to take this from a year-by-year basis, but if he keeps up the level of play and he's competitive in the postseason, I think he'll keep going.
So can we just agree, though, that is the unfinished business? Like when he said, I'm coming back, there's unfinished business. You've done everything. There's nothing more to accomplish.
No, I mean, what's he going to try to go for Bill Russell's, 10 championships or something like that? There really is nothing. He's the GOAT. Like everyone, there's no argument. Nobody even tries to make an argument who the other best quarterback of all time is. But this is what drives him. It's the competitive nature. It's, hey, I want to win Super Bowls. I want to be out there to compete. And you have to respect that he loves the game and competition that much that he's willing to go. Because as Brady mentioned, it is the ultimate commitment. You sacrifice a lot in your family, at home, time. It's home.
The way he works, I wish when I was younger, I wish I worked as hard as he does. We just won a Super Bowl and he's back training, doing little things. The way he prepares, I watch how, as we got closer to the championship game, we have about 8, 9, maybe 10 players in the group chat, like all the skilled guys, all the guys that was active to play. And he's going to details, right, about every player we're going against. And he's like a voiceover. So it's a video playing. It's only him. He got the candles lit. He's like, this DB, he likes to press, he likes to hold, doesn't have good speed. He just, and everybody. And I'm like, yo, this guy is so dialed in. He's 43.
Yeah.
He's dialed in, yo. He can play another 5 years. Just because not only just the talent or the big arm and all that, it's just like he gets it. He gets it.
Everyone wants to be better when they're coming to play with Tom Brady. He elevates everybody because they want to also get on his level.
He could tell me, Shady, go walk on that water. You won't drown. I'm like, okay.
Not to mention he calls players and makes it probably feel like I would be lucky if you came to play with me, which goes a long way.
He's the only player that I've ever been around that when he speaks, when he talks, I believe him.
So let's look at the Bucs this upcoming season. Danny, I'll start with you. Brady, you follow. Because when we got Tom Brady back, a couple of the moves they made, they are now the second favorite to win the Super Bowl, just behind the Bills. What is your outlook for the Bucs right now?
I mean, I think
Tom Brady stays.
I think it's the same as it was last year. It's Super Bowl or bust.
This is a completely different dynamic now that you have Tom Brady back in the fold. So, James, they're starting to add some pieces here, some familiar faces. But what's the under-the-radar move that the Bucs have made so far?
And Mike, over the last 2 years, and this offseason is no different, really. We've been talking in Tampa about who's coming back, right? All 22 come back 2 years ago. They bring a bunch of guys like Chris Godwin, Carlton Davis. They both return, and Ryan Jensen on that offensive line. But a new face that they brought in is one that's really interesting to me, and that's Russell Gage, who they brought in from the Atlanta Falcons at the receiver position. One, it's extremely important to that receiver group as Chris Godwin is recovering from that ACL. But at the same time, speaking of Godwin, Twice a year facing the Falcons, him and Mike Evans would sit on the sidelines and watch Russell Gage operate against the Bucs defense. And the two of them would look at each other and go, I don't know why nobody pays attention to this guy. Like, he can play. He's getting no love. I don't understand it. We really like his game. And now he is in the building with them and their teammate. And I remember last year talking to people within the Falcons organization that said he might be one of the best players in his release at the line of scrimmage, getting off of defenders and getting off of the line of scrimmage. And then also at the same time, his ability to manipulate his body and be kind of that Gumby type of wide receiver over the last 2 years, well over 750 yards in each of those. And it could be extremely important with that ability, that freak athletic ability he has, to be that third pass catcher at the receiver spot, opposite of Mike Evans, opposite of Chris Godwin. But Mark, at the same time, when you have a receiver as good as Chris Godwin coming off of an ACL, those type of players like Russell Gage at the beginning of the season are extremely important to the development of your offense.
I like to call this the Tom Brady effect.
You get Tom Brady in your building, everybody gets better, huh?
This is Tom Brady, who he's going to play with now, too. So I think you'll probably see an even better Russell Gage than you've seen in the past years. And when you get validation from other players, if Godwin and Evans were saying that about him, I mean, that's the ultimate sign of respect for a player. So instantly he has credibility in there. And if he is getting balls, those guys know, hey, this guy is just coming in here helping us win. But just overall how they could get a Russell Gage, and that's the Tom Brady effect. I know Bruce Arians said that he and Jason Light did all the information and background on quarterbacks, but the instant that Tom Brady said, I'm coming back, he changes the entire dynamic of the organization, as he's already done one time in winning the Super Bowl. Now in the whole free agency period, once Tom came back, guys are begging to come to Tampa or taking less to come play with Tampa, as opposed to if there's uncertainty at the quarterback position, then you're begging guys to come play with you. So the Tom Brady effect is real. You saw it once again this year. Russell Gage, I think, will be the ultimate sign of how that pays off this year for that offense.
It's a lot easier for a locker room to buy in when your best player is the most bought into being a great football.
If Tampa, if they have another year where he's playing at MVP level, which he did this past season, and puts himself in a position, has a home game against the eventual Super Bowl champion, the Rams, has them in a position, and then there's, a touchdown pass that the defense gives up, but he feels like he can win a Super Bowl and compete for it. Like, that to me is why I thought he was going to come back. Hey, you had the team in a position to win. You came up just short. You played great. Your play hadn't dropped off at all. Like, why not come back?
The Atlanta Falcons moved on from Matt Ryan. Yeah, they could draft a quarterback, but okay, so Tom Brady's then taking on a rookie twice a year in the Atlanta Falcons, or it's Marcus Mariota. I like Tom Brady's chances there. Then Jameis Winston back with the New Orleans Saints. However, you don't have Sean Payton. It's Dennis Allen. That didn't work out well for the Raiders when Dennis Allen was there, and I'm not sure how different the offense might look without Sean Payton calling plays. So Tom Brady, literally in a 40-day span, watched the NFC only get easier and his own division get easier. So you definitely lay the money because it's a surefire win for them to win the NFC South. And then let's look at the rest of the NFC. No more Russell Wilson in Seattle. You've got the LA Rams. Yeah, they're reloading to a degree, but maybe there's a bit of a Super Bowl hangover there. It's a really competitive division. I think if they can position themselves to be the number one overall seed in the NFC, it's one less game he's got to play. Obviously, home field advantage throughout. All those things bode well for them. So I love their chances. I know, best yet, Aaron Rodgers has to deal with losing Devontae Adams as his number one wide receiver. Tom Brady doesn't have to deal with that in Tampa.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe as I post a new Tom Brady video every day.